Well, this could be a great shot in the arm for the horse racing industry in Minnesota. One of our own, the grande dame of local thoroughbred scene, 92-year-old Frances Genter of Minneapolis is the owner of a Kentucky Derby winner. Unbridled was the 10-to-1 underdog coming out of the gate at historic Churchill Downs in Louisville. By the time they made the turn, the colt was in position and made no mistake, doing the right thing at the right time.
Unbridled takes command. Summers Squall in second. In 6 lengths farther back to Pleasant Tap. Along the inside, Mr. Frisky is out of it and through the stretch into the wire. The 116th run for the Roses goes to Unbridled with jockey Frank Barrett, winning it by 4 lengths.
It was the first time Mrs. Genter had sent a horse to the Derby in more than 50 years of racing. She celebrated the win here with her trainer, Carl Nafsker. Back in 1949, she had a promising 2-year-old named Unbridled that never quite made it big. His namesake is now immortalized 41 years later. There are the Kentucky Derby payoffs. The 1960 is what Unbridled paid at Canterbury Downs, so the locals bet him down a little bit because he was a favorite. Just how did this horse's career begin? Well, quite modestly, it turns out. This is last year's Canterbury Juvenile at the Downs. On the outside, Unbridled making a stretch run but could not overtake a peeling breeze. He finished second. One must wonder now if Unbridled is keeping out the racing scene and getting Unbridled in that Derby. We'll make it 4 in a row for the Twins, on the road no less. They beat the Brewers in Milwaukee today. In the first inning, Milwaukee scores when Dave Parker, signed in the offseason to the free agent wire from Oakland, drives in a run. 21 games this year, the Brewers have scored the first run of the game in all 21 of them, but it didn't do them much good today. Randy Bush tied it in the top of the second for the Twins. His second homer to right off starter Chris Bossio of the Brew Crew, and it was 1-1. Twins built a 4-1 lead, had it cut to 4-3. Candelaria on in relief of Roy Smith gives one up deep down the left field line to Rob Deere, and the Brewers had jumped in front 5-4. It stayed that way until the 8th inning. Then Carmelo Castillo at the plate, 1 out against Dan Plesac, the ace reliever of the Brewers, off Molitor's glove, scores the tying run. Suspense, 5-5, a 23-minute rain delay as the summer squall passes through, and then when they resume action, Brian Harper with the sacks loaded right down the line, deep and gone, a grand slam, and the Twins won it today by a count of 9-5. Tomorrow, Kevin Tapani challenged
by Mother Nature and the Milwaukee Brewers, but Randy Bush provided some early power. Bush and the Twins' bats helped give Chris Bossio an early exit. The series in Milwaukee always draws a fair amount of Minnesota fans. And the Twins led 4-1. John Candelaria replaced Roy Smith, and Rob Deere made the umpire replace baseballs with a 2-run homer and a 5-4 Brewer lead. The Twins tied it, but the skies open up. 23-minute rain delay. And they finally do return. The Twins had the bases loaded in the 8th inning. Brian Harper took Dan Plesac's second pitch just fair for his first career grand slam. Twins win their 4th straight. 9-5 is the final, and Boston helps out by defeating Oakland 5-1.